My dad told me I'd never make it as an artist, so I designed the logo for his new job. I grew up in a house where being realistic was basically religion. My dad was an accountant, the kind of man who sees life as a spreadsheet. Everything had to balance, fit into neat rows and rules. And me, I just wanted to draw. Since I was little, every notebook I owned turned into a sketchbook. I'd doodle on napkins, walls, my shoes, anything. My teacher said I had potential. My dad said I had a hobby. At first, it was small comments, things like, "That's nice, but how's that going to pay the bills?" Then, when I mentioned wanting to apply to art school, he laughed out loud. He said, "You're smart enough for a real career. Don't waste it chasing crayons." I never forgot that phrase, chasing crayons. Like art wasn't something worth running toward. So I did what kids like me always do. I pretended to agree. I enrolled in business school because it was safe. But during breaks, I took design classes. Secretly. My mom covered for me sometimes. She'd say I was helping her run errands while I was actually in night school learning Photoshop and branding. When I graduated, I played the game for a bit, entry-level marketing job, decent salary, pretending to care about PowerPoint templates. But at night, I freelanced design work. Small clients at first cafes, indie musicians, Etsy sellers, and slowly, it took off. A year later, I quit my real job. Dad didn't talk to me for 3 months. When we finally had dinner, he said, "So you're unemployed now?" "No," I said. "Self-employed." He shook his head, muttering, "Artists always think that sounds better." That stung, but I was used to it. Fast forward 4 years. Business is growing. I've built branding for startups, apps, even a TV show pilot. Then one morning, I get an email from a new client request form on my website. Company name, Northglide Finance. Owner, Robert Payne. My dad. I stared at the screen for a full minute, thinking it was spam. Nope, legit email, his address, his signature. He didn't even realize it was me when he filled it out. I clicked, accept. A week later, we had our first meeting. He joined the Zoom call, professional as ever, glasses, collared shirt, that familiar frown. He froze when he saw me. "You're the designer?" I smiled. "Hi, Dad. How's retirement?" He stammered. "Well, I didn't realize this was my company." I finished. "I run the creative side now." He cleared his throat, visibly flustered. "I just need a modern logo for my consulting firm." "You're probably busy. I can fit you in," I said. Over the next few weeks, we worked like client and professional. He'd give stiff feedback, maybe use stronger fonts, or too modern for our clientele. I'd nod, take notes, stay calm. But one day, he sent a message that caught me off guard. "This might sound silly," he wrote, "but it's nice working with you." I typed back, "It's nice getting to prove chasing crayons wasn't so bad." He didn't reply. 2 weeks later, I sent over the final proposal. Sleek blue logo, abstract compass design, hidden subtly inside the N. Clean, professional, balanced. He called me instead of emailing. "This is incredible," he said softly. "How much do I owe you?" "Don't worry about it," I said. "No," he insisted. "I want to pay what you're worth." That line hit like a punch, because after years of putting me down, he finally said it worth. He sent double my rate. Then right before hanging up, he said, "I was wrong. You made something real." We don't talk about the past much, but I know he brags now. My daughter designed my logo. He never mentions the rest, how he told me to quit or laughed at my dream. That's fine. I don't need the credit for his guilt. I just like knowing the symbol printed on every business card, every website header, every invoice he sends out was created by the same kid he once said would never make a living drawing. Now he's literally handing out proof of my success every day. And the best part? When people ask what the logo stands for, he tells them, "It's about guidance, about finding your direction." He has no idea how poetic that really is.